is oh so awkward.
DY.
The right isosceles triangle with one leg in the base. The important constant to remember here is
One half.
1/2. All right, I want perpendicular to the x-axis. So what kind? Dx. And semicircles. Semicircles with a diameter in the base. Not 1/8.
1 over.
Abraham, what's it going to be?
Pi over 8.
You're Edgar. Abraham, what's it going to be? Pi times 1 over 8 or just pi over 8? Right, it's pi over 8 and the integral of L squared dx or dy from A to B. Good. The square. Parallel to the x-axis. Parallel to the x-axis. We're going this way. dx or dy?
DY.
They're squares. And the setup?
L squared.
Just L squared. Just L squared. All right, and last one. Rectangle parallel to the y-axis. Rectangle parallel to the y-axis. Well, parallel to the y-axis, for sure, dx. The rectangle. Jasmine, what were you saying about the rectangle? The setup depends. What does it depend on? It depends on something. The tricky part with the rectangle, unlike the square, when I say square, you know, oh, all the sides are equal. When I say right isosceles triangle, legs are equal. David, what's so special about the rectangle?
For the rectangle, you have to get it set up because you have a length and a width are different lengths, and so you have to find out what proportion is.
Well said. You've got a length and you've got a height, and with a rectangle, there's no guaranteed relationship there. They have to tell you more. You're always going to have to know more when it comes to the rectangle. Is everybody feeling like 100% on this? That is truly the last thing there is in this unit. Today, tomorrow, we're in like practice mode. Friday, there's going to be a quiz. I have no doubt this is going to be the strongest quiz yet. And then next Tuesday is the final unit test. Done. Done, done, done. All right, so a couple of quick things. Number one, if you're named Marvin, I need to talk to you. I need to check in with everybody to find out your AP Summit plans next Saturday at 7. I'm sure the majority of you are going to be telling me yes. And I also need to know who already has a survival guide because you're in the Tuesday group. I'll check in with you guys in just a little bit. Jennifer, hello. Would either Kimberly or Daisy, would one of you adopt her for the entire period? She is yours to do with what you will for the entire period. Okay? Excellent. All right, here's what I'm going to ask you guys to do. Before you get rocking and rolling on this journal entry, before you start working with each other, I want part A to be done by everybody 100% on your own. Take out the calculator. This is probably only going to take you 2 or 3 minutes. The only exception would be my friend Jennifer. So if Adriana or Kimberly, if you adopt Jennifer, feel free to work through this with Jennifer and help her get caught up. Jose, are you okay there?
Yeah.
You look like you're having deep thoughts.
No.
A little too deep right now, I think.
I just felt bored of you.
And I just stole somebody's hand up. There you go. All right. 1, 2, okay, homework time. it up, and the final decimal answer, call me over so I can give her the check. Beautiful, and you told me what A is? Love it, love it, love it. Okay, good. So is the camera on? Okay, I'm just gonna have it face you guys for the rest of the period. For the most part, you guys are in work mode. You don't get to work with anybody else until I've checked in with them. Okay? Once you're done with A, call me on over so I can give you a clean bill of health, and then you get to work with a peer for the rest of the period. Love, that chart. That will be full whenever you want to check. Love it.
No.
Yes, ma'am. All right, so we can do 4A, each one of the A's. Fabulous. So, 1, 2, 4. Give it a name. See the setup. Square root of A to B. What's A? What's B? You have to have it written down here somewhere. You have to write it. Yep. You have to write it down in your paper somewhere so I know what A and B are.
Can I just leave it at A?
Yeah, perfect. Now you can work with somebody else. Right, but you have to tell me what A is. Right, what are you using for A? Love it. Oh, yes, love it. You work with other people now. Christian, you ready for the check?
That's true. But you don't get a point.
Ruh-roh. Ruh-roh. Okay, what kind of slices do we have? Perpendicular to the x-axis. Tell me more about that. They are lateral triangles. What's the constant that you're multiplying by here? Not over 2, over 4. And no pi. No pi. Love. Show me what A is. Great. You guys want to hear that? Okay, friends over here. How are you? Love. Love it. Keep going. But A should be what's
Oh, how come you squared F2? Put it outside the bracket. What you want, 3 to
Just look at me. No, I don't look at the She has like literally
That's for F2. I mean, you're on
she's
it.
like this 8th grader who like plays soccer with us. She's like
slices are so the next guy.
you have glasses, relax.
For love, and you put what A is. Love it. Love it. Keep going. Keep going.
Should have got the ones that turn into shades.
You need money for that.
That's true. If you have money.
Your insurance plan. You cover with insurance.
True.
Anthony.
It's still gonna be top minus bottom, right?
What are you doing?
No, it isn't.
Marvin,
Parallel to the
not
axis.
leave this room, Limit! Perfect.
I don't know what the limits of communication are. Would it be the same as this one, right?
Why not?
0 to 1.
How would you figure out the limits of integration? What's different in this part?
Because it's y.
So you need to be thinking about your y values. All right, friends over here. How many people are going to Summit next Saturday on the 16th?
And it just
You guys both have me. Okay. And do you have a slide? You already have your slide. You already have your slide. And questions? You guys keep going. All right, 3 friends over here. 2 questions for you. Question number 1, are we all going to the summit on the 16th? Question number 2 is about the calculus survival guide. Did I already give you? The people that are in the Tuesday group, it's different now. I know, Giselle, you're traveling next week. Nora,
The student council retreat.
let's do co-retreat, and you don't have the thing. So are you going to the summit?
Oh, no,
Really?
not from 8
Good
or
idea
1.
for you. You're not signing a contract and putting a question mark. I want to get back to you on Friday with a different thing. And I've not given you the survival guide yet, right? Some people already have it because they're in the Tuesday group. All right, so I think at this point I've checked in with everybody.
So still 1.
Okay, I think I had a chance to check in with just about everybody, and on this first one, this is the setup. Right, my slices are cross sections perpendicular to the x-axis, so I draw my little slices. There's my L, the width is dx. If I've got equilateral triangles, then it has to be square root of 3 over 4 from a place to a place. L squared dx or dy. How long is L? L is top. Mine is bottom, and all the pieces come together, and you tell me it's 0.1346, and you better tell me what your A value is. Juan, what's the A value?
0.2387.
2387. Probably, I would award 1 point if you remember what the right constant is and you have your limits of integration. 1 point for that. Another point for the integrand, and 1 last point for the number value. And from checking in, just about everybody in the room would have earned all 3 points, which is really, really good. Part B, much harder problem. I definitely want you guys capitalizing on the brains in the group. Let's get some hands on this. What makes B harder? I won't do this for you or tell you all the things. What makes part B harder? Noemi, what's something that you see that makes B harder?
It's parallel to the x-axis, so it has to be x dy.
Okay, your slices are parallel to the x-axis, so when I do a slice, I'm going this way and I've got to think about dy. That's a thing that makes it harder. What else? This is a mean question. Edgar, what else makes it harder?
Well, I got confused for the y value.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if it's the top or the bottom. Well, I don't know. I got confused.
Okay, I'm not sure that I understand your question. Adriana, what else is tricky here?
I think when we're supposed to turn everything into terms of dy, you're gonna get, I would get confused on which one goes square,
Okay, tell me more about that.
like when you're doing the left minus right,
Wait, I'm sorry, the what? The minus what?
the right minus
The
left.
right minus left. Which one's on the right?
Wait, x
Well,
equals
actually, which one's on the right?
x equals 1.
X equals 1 is what's on the right. What's on the left?
It depends.
It depends. It depends. Are you down here on this part of the curve? Or are you up here on that part of the curve? And as soon as you say my answer depends, guess what? 2 integrals. 2 integrals. I would imagine, okay, if I'm drawing my slices down here, let's call this region number 1. What's on the right is x equals 1, and what's on the left is f of x? Whatever that function is. Right minus left using this function. When I get up here to part 2, it's right minus left using that function. You're going to have 2 completely different dy integrals. Okay, keep going. Yeah. I think so. Oh, is this a setup one? Good. It's not zero. Because you don't go all the way down. You don't go all the way down to the x-axis. Okay, but everything else is great. Everything else is great. Love it. Yes, ma'am.
It's not big or minus.
Remember that I told you about this?
So if this is the curve,
Like,
one
you
minus
can,
3x, and you divide y equals equal to 3x over 3x, and your solid is correct, so you can take that one off both sides.
you should have played with Central and I get one of her friends asked me,
So it would be 1 minus,
and then I got CJ.
so it's 1 minus a negative
Oh, we just plug it in, don't we?
Nothing else.
Or is it the negative 3?
It's wrong because what's minus here,
It'll be
1 minus natural. Right, you get a negative 3 over the other. Right.
So like this goes minus
Yes, what you mean 1 minus. Okay, here we're getting it out, if you're starting over here on the right, if you right minus 1 minus.
You got a natural log of y over negative 3, right?
Limits are great, constants are great solve for rewritten to y. Fabulous. You need to have one. Okay. So the formula is over here. Going. Not sure. Okay, so Jeff is yes. And Martin is yes. Juan is yes. Calculus survival. Now, you're not.
No, it's just the 7. The y of that one. Yeah, the y of that one. You have any point B?
Great. Okay, 4 friends over here. 1 equals summit at South next Saturday.
0.4886. 0.4886. They sound cool.
1 minus.
On Friday, there was, and I sounded.
Oh, I know.
She's like, so nice, like, fun. I was like, bro, I lost my voice like screaming. That time I called her, she was like, why you sound so like,
Go.
crazy. How crazy.
Your mom does this. I don't know how to think of
Great. Over here, more friends, AP Summit, Southeast, Saturday.
Why did you make this? Why did you make it a scene? I know, why did you make
All right.
You just said setup to not evaluate. That's how you do because it's talking about the semester. Exactly.
It is, but we don't really. Right, you know where the limit of grade
Yeah.
is.
I don't like hot shells. I always get
All
one
right,
hard
two
shell.
friends,
Whenever
two
my mom makes
questions.
them, I always get them 2 hard shells and 2 like soft tortilla marinados. And then I go bite from one, bite from the other, or like finish one and do the other. I've been meaning, I'm scared to try to do the Dorito like I had to do it better. And I like the Dorito, but I'm so scared. I hate trying to eat because it always is like it's my money. What you mean? What do you mean out here broke? The 12-pack is not that cheap. That's a meal. That's 3 tacos. It's like $20. Whoa.
I ordered this so
Nice. Keep going. Don't wait for
Are
me.
you
Keep
getting
going.
with sour cream or without sour cream? Because it comes with sour cream.
Hi, I'm not exactly sure what we're talking about, but it doesn't sound a single thing like AP Calculus, and what a waste of time. Okay, moving on. Okay, I agree. Not blaming, just moving on.
what was all the food into that
That's it. Well, you have 2 intervals.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put the sugar. One, two,
Yeah, you just put tile grade in front of them. That's it.
oh, okay.
And you square them. You have to square them.
That's it. So that whole thing is
You have to define like your L word, like sometimes
wait, what the hell?
All right, friends. We've got about 6 minutes left. We're making good progress. Cross section seems to be good. Area, I think we're doing okay. I'm gonna ask everybody to jump over to parts E and F. Some of you guys are already on part E. If you have not started on part E yet, please go to part E. Also, for the sake of time, we are not going to worry about doing the computation on the calculator. I want to focus on the setup in part E and the setup in part F, because that's where all the calculus knowledge really comes in. So E and F. All right, for the friends at home, determine the volume of the solid generated when R is revolved around the horizontal line y equals 3. Edgar, what do you know about a horizontal line at y equals 3?
That's the yeah, that.
Parallel to the x-axis, right? And so where am I going to put it on my graph?
Up there.
It has to go up here. There's my axis of rotation. If I'm going to take this region over here and I'm going to revolve it over the line y equals 3, right now we're back to volumes of revolution. The most important question you could ask right now is, hollow or solid? And everybody would tell me?
Hollow.
Hollow. So as soon as you know that it's hollow, what I hope you're gonna write down is, it's pi integral of something, let's see, dx or dy?
dx.
Uh-oh. dx or dy?
dx.
dx. Minus another integral, something squared dx. All I need to know from all the folks in the room, what are my limits of integration?
8 to 1.
Right, we've already identified that this is the point of a comma b, and here's x equals 1, so I'm going to go from a to 1, a to 1. Now the tough part, if we're doing hollow, I need big R and I need little r. Big R. How do we find big R? I care a lot about this question. I also care a lot about what you're going to do with it. Jasmine, how do you find big R?
See, the bottom graph, you subtract that from 3.
Okay, I like to think about the slice, right? I'm going to start on the axis of rotation. I'm always going to start there. And you're going to go until you hit the outside curve. So big R, you're right. You said it's going to be 3 minus this guy down here. Is this e to the negative 3x? Then you find little r, you're going to go here and you're going to go all the way down, and little r is, what is that, 3 minus the square root of x? Okay, and then I just care about your setup. 3 minus e to the negative 3x squared, then minus over here, 3 minus the square root of x, the whole thing squared. We're not going to distribute that square to each of these terms, no matter how many times you guys do it, it's still wrong. And we're not going to distribute this guy. Okay? And the thing that I'm most likely to do to hide this answer from you, think multiple choice. There's something I'm going to do because I'm just a sneaky kind of man. I'm going to do it all the time. David, what am I going to do to hide this?
I was gonna say you might run together since it's the same interval.
Same limits of integration.
Interval.
I can do this as one integral, right? I'm going to say that this is pi. I'm going to do an integral from a to 1. 3 minus e to the negative 3x squared, 3 minus the square root of x squared dx, and I still have to keep my squares separate. I'm not going to go and combine them. Okay? All right, take a minute, see what you can do with part F. Yes. That way they're used to the benefit of going to the tree. Okay?
I like ways to do that so
All right, part S, spinning around the y-axis. I'm going to lie and say, gosh, with all the groups that I checked in with, everybody's doing great. The lie there is I only talked to Marvin. Okay, spinning around the y-axis. Challenges that we're going to encounter here are Daisy.
Turn the y values to x.
Everything's going to have to be dy integral. The other challenge that we're going to run into here.
Hollow or solid?
What was it?
Hollow or solid?
Hollow or solid? Hollow or solid?
Whoa.
Hollow, for sure. Other challenge we're going to run into here. Adriana, land the plane.
They intersect on the left side.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to make 2.
Yeah, you're going to need 2 completely different expressions. One for down here and one from up here. When you think about your big R and your little r, they are different from big R and little r up here. For the most part, I think we're in a really, really good place. Tonight's homework is some multiple choice questions involving cross sections. Now, I will tell you